Hello everyone. Today we will continue the series of streams about making the game using the rg3d game engine. And today we will create the elevator system in the game. So let's start by going into the game. Yes, this is the editor and this is the engine, and I want to open the game. So let's see. Let's start by creating a simple scene where we will test everything. So this will be in the testbed. Yeah, this is a pretty small map that will allow us to test everything. So I want to create elevators to connect different floors in the game. So I really don't like the current design of the loading bay map. I will show you that in a second. I want to... Oh my god, what a clutter. Yeah, do this. I want to replace these stairs with the elevator. So these stairs will be removed and there will be a small elevator in here. And yeah, this should be relatively simple to implement, but it might be a time consuming. So let's start from creating a basics for the elevator. So I think the elevator itself, its 3D model, can be created in the 3ds Max as usual. So let's start by doing this. So which size of the elevator I want it to be? Maybe maybe something like that. Yeah. This, and yeah, 1.5, and the height will be maybe what's the height of the player? Maybe, let's see. I need to know the height of the character before I create the model for the elevator. So let's see it in the game. I'm pretty sure that it will be somewhere around 1 unit or so. Oh, damn, I'm compiling it in release, and it will take some time to compile. Okay, while it compiles, I can do this, and maybe, yeah, create something like that. Okay, maybe 1.5 per each side is okay, but we'll find out that in a second. Let's see. Okay. So I know for sure that the wall is 2 units in height. So when I'm standing close to it, yeah, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, 1.5 is all right. So let's continue with that. So what I want to do is to create an internal volume of the elevator by maybe subtracting one shape from another, and that should be all right. Yeah, that should be okay. This box, yeah, or maybe actually there is a better way of doing that, or maybe not. You can create yeah, let's go in that way for simplicity, and we'll take compound objects and then pro boolean, start picking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is fine. This will be the moving part, the elevator itself. And yeah, let's export it. Yeah, you know what? I wanted to have some texture. Hey, are you okay? 3 days max. Oh my god. So yeah, that should do the trick. I don't want it to be like white. And let's see. Let's create some new folder for that, and that will be elevator. Save. Okay. And also maybe I want this elevator here, and in the next part I want to import that in here. Elevator, that will go in here, and here's our elevator. Let's move it a bit. Some elevator in here. All right, in here. So let's check the comments. In the editor inspector, if I click at the end of the field, the cursor is still at begin. It's difficult to implement double click to select the wall value. What? Let me reread that. Ah, you mean select something like double clicking in the input fields? If so, that didn't implement it yet. So sorry. So let's continue. I want this to have a concave rigid body, because our player will like step in the elevator and will like travel in it. So I'm pretty sure that, yeah, this one. So that can't be done using the tri-mesh collider, because tri-meshes aren't supposed to be movable. They're supposed to be static. And I don't think that will gonna work, but what's gonna work for sure is if we will add some cuboid colliders to it. But there will be like something like 5 cuboid colliders, and I'm pretty sure that it will be okay. And 0.5, and that's, I also want to move that a little bit. And go in here, select that. Cuboid collider. Why I don't see it? Yeah, right, because it's under under the thing, and that will be, yeah, that's a bit unusual way of editing shapes, but I still didn't add the shape editor, so you can like edit these values in here, and yeah, that's probably the next thing I will implement, because it's a bit annoying to fill those values in manually. So what I want to do next is add yet another cuboid collider, and what I want to do here, I want that to be 5.0. No, I want to move that. To move that a little bit, not so much. 0.75. And that should be like so. And need to add some translation. And it will be that in height. It will be. It is a bit, yeah. It's a bit annoying to do, but that's the way it's implemented. Okay, and yeah, how many left? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so be patient. This is it is a required step. So it is, I want it to be here, 75, 75, and that will be 75 and 75. Yeah, see, I'm pretty fast already. And 2 more. That will be the cuboid. That will be 75, 75. Oops. And so, and let's move it a bit around 1.5. Okay, so and the back side should be covered with the rigid body too, and that will be another cuboid collider. Let's see how it will be like 75, and that will be like so, and the translation will be 75, 0.75, and that will be 25. Nope, minus. Oops. Yeah, it's finished finally. And that will be a probably it will be static body. Okay, save that. Let's test that in the game. Yeah, I need to change that to debug. So let's see. All right, let's jump in, and yeah. Okay, so the moving part is somewhat done. We can start adding the logic, adding the code for that. So let's see from where we should start. Maybe create some separate module for that. That will go into here. That will be elevator. And yeah, let's do the rest in here. Add a new rest file. Mod press. Okay, as usual, we need to add the new module in the main module. Elevator. and that will be public struct elevator. So now we need to decide what we need in this structure. So at least I think we need to know the node, the the base node of the elevator. Let's create that, and that will be a node like so. What we want to do next is to create our implementation. As usual, we want to know maybe, yeah, let's pass the node like so. Create self nodes. That's pretty easy. And we also, want the container to store our elevators. The structure elevator container, and that will be what's that will be? Yeah, the pool maybe. Pool elevator. So that will be the pool of elevators, basically a container. And we also need the implementation for that. Elevator container, and new self default. All right. So we also want to know between which points the elevator should move. And these points should be defined in the integer true. Let's go to here. Let's move it a bit down. Save that. And create these points. So for ease of visualization, let's create cubes. These can be any node. There will be like they will be just defining the positions for of points of begin point, end point, and maybe some intermediate points where the elevator will move. Something like that. I hope that's clear. And yeah, let's place that in here. Let's actually create some color, maybe red. Okay, and let's go that. Let's call that maybe elevator path begin. You might asking yourself why I'm not using any sort of curve, like Bezier curve or something like that. The answer is very simple. The editor and the engine does not have such functionality yet. So we can basically create something simple using the points, the few points, to create a linear movement without any like a fancy path, like some complex curve. That will be very simple, and in real life you would very rarely have some elevators that travel using some curve. They're basically like moving up and down. So the points will be like the elevator path begin and the elevator path end, and I'm pretty sure that I was fixing that bug. Okay, that's a small desynchronization between two, but that's okay. And we also want the ability to find the elevator, so probably we'll call that elevator. Okay, elevator. And in case if we want to create multiple elevators, probably it's best to create maybe it's best to set an elevator 1, something like that, and that will be elevator 1, that will be elevator 1, 5, and 2. So save that. So now we can start creating the logic. We also need to know the points. So in here, probably store some container for the points, and that container will probably just contain some vectors. Yeah, so points vector 3 f32, and in here we want to basically pass those points in. Points, nothing special for now. And for the logic, we'll of course need to have some update function, which will receive self-mutable, and in here it will have additional parameter as delta time, which will allow us to know the amount of time from previous frame to scale our speed values. So in here, I want to also be able to take the reference to the node, and to do that we need to graph, and since we will be moving the object, we also want the graph to be taken as actually in here we need to have access to the scene, because we will be moving the rigid body, this rigid body, not the node itself, because if you see, it tells physics binding node with body, that will basically tell us that the position and rotation of the node will be synchronized with its rigid body. So what we'll do in here, we'll find the rigid body of the node. To do that, we'll be using the physics binder, and in here it will have the rigid body, and that will be of course a handle in physics, and here it will have it will be this, and body of self node. Okay, so and as a next step we need to get rigid body ref, which will be located in bodies, get mutable rigid body handle. Okay, so now we have access to the rigid body, and we need to move it. And to do that, it is very simple. Basically, need to call set position. And now I'm curious which one I should pick. I know that kinematic rigid bodies are used for like special situations when you need to get a full control over the rigid body, like transform, rotation, position. So maybe the set next kinematic position is our choice, but let's start from simple. Simple will be the set position, and then here we need to calculate the position. So to do that, we'll put like placeholder for now, and we need to calculate the new position. So what I'm thinking right now, we should know maybe the floor, current floor. So it will be usize, of course, or maybe not usize, but u32, because we need to save that in file. I'm a bit too eager to add that, but I will show you what I mean. That's basically the functionality for save files, to create a save file and load the game after. So as the floor will be 0 by default, and now what we need to do is to maybe create some parameter that we will be using to move the elevator between floors. So maybe we also want to have next floor. So that will be a current floor, and destination floor will be another parameter. It will be 0. So we know that like 2 points, two indexes of points between which we will like travel in the elevator, and what we need to add in here maybe some sort of interpolation coefficient. So maybe let's call it k for now. K will be 0. Okay. So, and then here we will do this. If current floor does not equal destination floor, we will increase the k, and we will increase the k by delta time. What that means is that when we write in something multiplied by delta time, that means that we want to change this thing by this value per second, because delta time is a very small value. It's like 0.16, and that's basically the 16 milliseconds per each frame. And this will ensure that once 60 seconds have passed, we will have 1 in here. So basically what that means is that this thing will reach the 1 in 1 second. Okay, but what's the k? The k is the interpolation coefficient. So let me show you that. So the position excuse me. So the position in here will be self points yeah, the self-test floor, positive size. And that probably should have some lerp, which is linear interpolation. And we also want to know the, probably not this, this will be current floor, and that will be, there will be the next, excuse me, what? Yeah, the destination floor. And as a last parameter, we want to have that key. So, to like, if you don't know what the linear interpolation does, it's basically have two values like A and B, and the like output value will depend on the coefficient called like K or T, and that will mean that if the coefficient is 0, we will have a left value, which is A, and if the coefficient is 1, we will have value B. Okay, so, and if it's something like between 1 and 0 and 1, we will have something like, yeah, the intermediate value. So basically, if we will change that K, the position will change between the position of current floor and the destination floor. So in case if we have some floor, if we have some new floor to travel, we need to slowly increase the K, so the position will change between those 2 points. And what next? Yeah, probably if self K is over or equals 1, we need to switch current floor to destination floor. And what's good about this formula is that it works independently. Like, it does not care what are the direction and so on. Basically, just takes 2 values and interpolates them. Okay, so now we need to basically update all the elevators in the container. So we want to have update function here. What we want in here? Delta time. So basically, we want to iterate over every elevator in here. That's an interval, of course, and call elevator. What is this? Elevator. Update. DT. Okay. We also want to have add function. Self. And in here, well, what's next? Yeah, the elevator, of course. Elevator. Why it's so hard for me to learn how this word is written? Elevator. Oh my god. Elevator. A self pull. What's that? Spawn elevator, and I will be the handle elevator. Okay, so what's next? We need to add that to the level here, and we'll go in the base level, and in here we will create public container for elevators, which will be elevator. So elevator container, and we want to import that. And of course, we want to have elevator container new. I also want this to have default implementation, the basic implementation, and the same in here. Okay. What's next? And as the next step, we want to go in here and basically find the elevator and its points. So you might ask why these two nodes are not children of this one, because we want these nodes to be in global coordinates, not the coordinates of the elevator, because the elevator will move. And if we will have like the cube as the child object of the elevator, we will move the elevator, this point will, like this cube will move too. But we don't want that. We basically want to move the elevator between 2 points. Not some weird coordinates. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, here. What's next? There should be a analyze function. Yes, it's in here. And basically what we want to do in here is to create a new container for elevators. Elevator container new. And of course, result. All right. Want that to be in here. Elevators. Maybe I should call it not the elevator, but lift. It's more more easy to pronounce. That's all right. Elevators. Okay, that will be elevators. And what's next? Yes, elevators. And we want to pass that maybe, yeah, maybe like so. Elevators. So let's go back into analyze and create the elevators using the tag. And that will be not so simple because these match, like checks for exact match, but we want to be we have that elevator and it has like the elevator 1, 2, 3 and so on. We want that to be handled in a separate branch maybe. So we need to check if node tag starts with elevator. And in here we want to find the corresponding points. So what I'm gonna do now is probably let's change name of that to maybe elevator path 0, elevator path 1, and so on. We don't we can have any number of floors. So to do that, we maybe want to extract the prefix. So what we want to do, in here, we want to find all that points. All right. So we could also just put the entire list of points somewhere in the tag and create some complex string that will contain all the objects, all the names of the objects, like so. You could put that, and that will be elevator 1 path 0, elevator path 1, elevator 1 path 1. But yeah, that's totally doable, but we need to write a parser that will parse that string and the validation and it's like error prone, and I don't want that. My solution is not ideal too, and yeah, if the editor was integrated in the engine, I'm sure that it will be at some point. So we could like assign some parameters of the elevator entity inside the editor, like assign the handles of those path nodes, and like it would do the trick. But we don't have that functionality yet, so let's do that in a very very linear way, like find all the objects manually. What's I want to do next? Probably, yeah, let's create the elevator first. Mutable elevator, and that will be elevator new. And the handle of the node will be this, and points. So for points, we need to basically find all those nodes. And to do that, probably we need to do something like this. It's scene graph, and probably the linear iterator will be fine. We want to linear iterator, maybe map. That will be node. Okay. And in here, no, it will be filter map. And then here, yes, let's write the collect first. Vector this. And then here we can start writing this selection. So if the I'm a bit stuck. Not seriously, but I'm thinking, what's the best solution? So it's currently have this. All right, I can do, yes, exactly. I can do this, put 0 and put 1 in here. So that will be the sorting index. So we don't want these contain some value that we need to extract to sort that, or rely on the order of the points in here. The position in the list of points will be defined by a tag. That's like a bit hacky way, but it works. Maybe I should also create some customizable set of properties in here, or maybe like create or integrate the editor in the engine to provide better functionality. But that will work too. It's a bit more time consuming, but I'm okay with that because the engine is still young and not so powerful. So in here, yes, so continue. Let's continue with that. Elevator path 0, elevator path 1, and so on. Okay. What should be in here? So we need to check if the node name starts with node tag, and so okay, so if some other node name starts with node tag, it's probably the point of the path. Okay. And we also want to know the position of the node. And we'll probably need to do this and global position, like so. And we also want what else? What we want? What else we want? So yeah, that's all a bit tricky. That relies on a string parsing, and that's not ideal. Elevator. What's the best solution in this condition, in this case? Okay. Elevators. Let's add that in here. Okay. This will work, but it will have a bug. It will have a bug already because that. Ah, no, it actually won't be. Yeah, that's all right. But for now, we're not using the tag for sorting, so we can rely on the order for now. Yeah, I'm okay with that for simplicity, for the sake of like to save our time, to not see how I'm struggling with that. So let's see if it compiles at least. Yeah, I'll compile that in debug. Oh, right, it will be recompiled because yeah, because I did a cargo clean recently. But let's check the update logic. So yeah, for tests, we can set these to 1. All right. And this is potential crash because it doesn't check it checks bounds, and if this or this will be out of bounds, it will panic. So maybe that should be replaced with some self points dot get or something like that, and if let sum, but we will see. And yeah, so what we will should see once we load the game, the elevator should start moving from the 0 floor to the floor 1, so it will be slowly moving from one point to another. And I hope, right, and it will move very fast because it will move from one floor to another in 1 second, and that will be like so, very fast. But at least we will ensure that it works. All right, let's wait a bit. What else I can like discuss in here? Let's double check everything. Elevator, right? So for now, it will work only with one elevator because there is no checks that the path point belongs to a particular elevator. But that should be okay for now. And I hope that is okay too, because let's see the implementation. What's the next kinematic position does? All right, it's basically this one basically does almost the same that these two methods together. Basically, as you can see, this one sets position, and this isn't this is not position in terms of like points or something like that. It's like the isometry, which is the position and rotation together. It's a bit confusing, but this is how a peer engine, a physics engine works. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that it will work. It takes a lot of time to build in debug, which is kinda annoying. Actually, the engine itself builds in release, I think. Yes, it is in release. Where is that? This one. The game itself will be built in debug, as usual, with no optimizations. Let's see if it compiles. Nope, does not compile. Why? Because it's... right. The set... Oh my god. The set position... It's not a point, as I have said. Oh my god. Okay. Let's do this. Body ref, position. Copy that. Let's modify that. Isometry, translation, and that's not a single vector, but it's translation, which itself has a vector. Not so simple. And I will go on here. And that should compile. I was very confused by this. I was like, in every other engine, in every other physics engine, the set position accepts the position in like in Cartesian coordinates, not the like entire thing. So let's see if the elevator works. All right, we don't call the update. Indeed, it won't work. Also, let's set this to, it will like move in 10 seconds to the next floor, which will allow us to jump in and travel to the next floor. So let's find out where the update of every entity is performed. And that will be, yes, that will be in here. Self elevators update time dot delta, and that will be, what that will be, yes, it's in. All right, let's find out if it works. Oh, look at that. It works, but I didn't manage to jump in. Okay, it stopped. That's cool. Let's check if where is the starting point of the player? Is this one? This one? Yeah, it's this one. Let's put the player inside the elevator. Like here, like so, maybe. like so. Save scene, and let's find out if the player won't like fall through the floor of the elevator. Hooray! It works. And I can even jump in the elevator, and it works okay. So let's jump out. That's cool. What else we can do is maybe create some buttons to call the elevator, and there will be so there is another point I should mention, that every elevator like have at least one door at the floor, at each floor. So something like that. And to protect the users from falling from it. And what else? So the door, there should be a door per each floor, something like that. And also there should be doors inside the elevator. Okay. So, but this is not so simple. It's not so simple because yeah, or maybe it's simple actually. Oh, let's find out. Let's find out. Let's why? Let's clone this door. And where is that? No, not this door. This door. Okay. And let's set the body with node. So the rigid body will sync its position with the position of the node, not the other way around. So now here we want to scale the door a bit. Put that in here. Maybe do this. So, and that will be an up door. So it's a bit stretched, and the texture looks stretched, but let's find out if it works correctly. We have some 50 to 50 chance that it will be either working or it will be not working. Let's find out. Okay. Oh. All right. The current logic of the door, it checks the right. It checks the position. Oh, like it not checks the position. It uses the initial position to open. So it does not. All right. Yeah, I also made a mistake in here. I want to do this. And like like so, maybe. So yeah, to use the door functionality, we want that to be slightly modified. The doors should like not use the initial position to open or something like that. They will should use the relative position, I think. But let's see. Let's see. I'm just curious if that will if that ever work. Okay. So we are trapped now, and can I? Right, and we have arrived at the door, the floor, and that's interesting. So yeah, as I have suspected, the rigid body has remained in here. So let's try this again. Yep, the rigid body stays in here. You can see that, isn't it? The laser point, and that's a problem. That's a very interesting problem. So it should actually sync that body beef node, but I'm not sure why it does not work. Oh, let's check. Let's check that in the engine. What's position it using to sync? It might use the local position actually. And if we change that to a global position, it might work. And that probably located in the scene. Which scene? Maybe this. And there should be an update method. Where is that? Am I missing something? Update. All right, update fix. Body with node. No, it actually uses the global rotation and global position, which is very interesting. Okay, let's use the heavy artillery in here. Where is that debug stuff? The visual debugging. Yes, this one. This will show all the bounds of the rigid bodies, their positions. It will show joints and so on. And it will let us find out what the hell is going on. All right. This is very, very interesting. I don't see a rigid body. Why? It's so confusing. So you now can see the hitboxes on the character, and its capsule collider and so on, and you can see that on the bots too. Like, yeah, I can shoot in the hand, but let's focus on that. Where is that the rigid body? Yeah, calm down, man. Yeah, it's in here. It's definitely in here because I can like walk in it. You know what? To save the time on the stream, I don't want to focus on this problem. I will sort it out after the stream. I want to focus on the more important things, like yeah, what's next? The buttons to call the elevator, maybe. So I'm thinking what I should use as the buttons. Maybe is it should be a separate entity like a elevator button? I'm pretty sure it should be, because it should also contain the information about the floor. So like if you will have a button in here and the button on this floor, let's actually create, maybe let's take this cube, clone that, rotate that like so, and put that on this floor. Okay, so we'll can like step in here and step out of the elevator. Yeah, so I think we should have some sort of a elevator like buttons to call the elevator, and probably maybe some cubes will be okay for that for now. Let's create maybe like something like this, maybe like a stand in here. Like imagine that it contains a button. All right, so and the second one should be in here. Let's stretch that. And how we should call that? Maybe an elevator. Maybe not the elevator. Maybe a call button. No, it should be a yeah, the call button, and it should have additional information like a floor in here, maybe in tag. And the second one should be in here, and it will contain that. And the okay, so yeah. And we also want to be able to like temporarily be able to jump, or maybe not. So for tests, I want to like get in here or get in here to call the elevator from here, from like to here from here, and vice versa. Okay. Let's check the comments. It will be nice to have it in editor settings. Yeah, for sure. Hi, it looks like the scale of the door's rigid body didn't change with the scale of the door model. Yeah, that's the case. By the looks of it, the rigid body did move. It was just wrong scale. I hope this helps. Yeah, that actually might help. Thanks a lot. I saw that the bounds of the rigid body were somewhat on their correct positions, but I will, yeah, I don't want to focus that on that on stream, because it's like I will be wasting your time, guys. So that's, I'm pretty sure that's the bug in the engine, and I don't want to like do a bug fixing live. I don't want to spend your time. So let's create some film like this to be able to get in here. Oops. Yeah, that should be okay. So let's find out if it will be, if I will be able to like jump in on the second floor, or maybe not jump in, just like walk straight to it. Let's check the comments again. Also, thank you so much for these videos and all the hard work you've put into the engine, editor, and live streams. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this, for enjoying the engine. I'm trying my best. Thank you. Okay, oops. Will it squash me? No. All right. So I can walk freely to the second floor. And now I want to these imaginary buttons to work. So ideally, what I want is to have some sort of touch screens on instead of buttons. Okay, so I can like click a button, like call the elevator or something like that. But for simplicity, of course, I don't want to do that on stream because it will take a hell of a time, and I want to create basically just a set of simple things that will like show the basic functionality that can be extended in the future. So let's create the call button. That will be, well, we, yes, the nodes, and the node, and the floor maybe. Yes, floor. We should implement that. And yeah, just a second, I'm thirsty. Not a pop fun, but yeah, not yeah. New. So what should we have in here? Yeah, basically we want to pass these parameters in here. So these can indeed be like a public like fields and so on, but that's okay to have new, because this probably will be changed in the future, like you see in here. That's it accepts two parameters, but actually these have like three, but that indeed could be replaced by default, like defaulting these, but I'm okay with that. So for tests, I want these to be 0, so the elevator will stay. And I want these, maybe, yes, the elevator should know the set of the call buttons, like they're all the same, like huge entity, like the elevator and the future doors that will be indeed added where I will fix those bugs. So yeah, it should know the buttons. Call buttons. Vector call button. And that will be not empty, but call buttons will be like call button, something like this. All right. And I'm pretty sure that we can make this public to be able to use that from the player. We need to handle all the elevators and call buttons to like be able to call the elevator by pressing the action key. From this point, what we will do, yes, we need to go in here and in here and call buttons. So as you can see, we are collecting the points here, but we can actually replace that with a simple loop for node in. That will be not node, but no, that's right. And that will be points. Let's points vector new. All buttons will be the vector new, and in here we also want that in here. That will be points push this. We don't need that anymore. And we also want to check if the name equals to, not the equals, maybe starts with call button. We need to else if, of course. We need to extract the tag. Right, we have a conflict because yeah, that's a very good feature of Rust, but sometimes it's annoying, the shadowing. That should be, this should be like, I don't know, a better name. Another node. So in here we want to extract the tag and convert it to the numeric value, the integer, and let floor be equals to other node tag parse u32, and if let okay, we want to ignore the faulty buttons. All right, and in here call buttons will be having the new call button, which will be this, and maybe this should be replaced with player iterator, other node handle, and then here we was also want to pass the floor. What's that? Yeah, not the use size, but 32. Because yeah, and also we want this to have the serialization. What else? Should compile now, I think. Let's check that if it compiles. Variable does not need to be mutable, of course. It does not to be. All right, it compiles, but it does not make like any actions right now. So what we want to do next is to go to player. Where is that? In here. And there should be a bunch of check something functions. Check this. And there will be yet another function called check elevators. Check elevators. And that will be accepting. I'm not sure why it's accepting self by mutable. That's actually should not accept self by mutable. It does not require. So what we need to have in here, maybe an elevator container, of course. I'm sorry for that. All right, I made the same mistake again. Elevator. Holy shit. Elevator. Elevator. And that will be elevator container. Container. And by reference, of course. What else? Scene maybe. And now we can elevator. Wait, elevator. It's either problem in me or this word is hard to write or pronounce. Right, we're missing some function in here. And maybe pair iterator, and that will be this. An implementation of iterator trait, and the item will be the pair of handle elevator and elevator reference. What else? All right, and pair iterator. Just a simple alias. Elevator. All right. Iterator. That will be what? Ah, right. Handle and elevator. And in here we want to check if we are standing close to one of the call buttons. Call buttons or call button in this iterator. All right, and that will be probably the same as this piece of code. If the distance is close enough and we are pressing a button, then we should probably do the same as we do in here, send a message as usual. Like, the message system is very, very useful because it allows us basically to like perform an action from any point in the game. Like, you don't need to have a like the entire call button to like call the elevator. You might want to call that like elevator from script, like from second floor to the first floor at some point in the game. You want maybe your ally to like travel on the first floor, and yeah, the message system is very useful in this case because the logic is completely like decoupled from the call buttons and something like that. It's basically like you're telling the elevator to go to desired floor, and yeah, the other place just like tells the game please call the elevator to the particular floor, and so on. Yeah, that was a side note. So let's do that. Send message, and we want not this, but we want to call elevator. what's that? And in here we should have elevator and floor 32, right? Call elevator, and that will be handle, and the floor will be taken from call button floor, I said. And let's make that public for simplicity. And that will be what's that? Yes. Don't need to unwrap that anymore. And let's check the comment again. Yeah, your pronunciation is like someone who is at beginner of a new language, like anyone else before you. Yeah, that's completely all right. Like you have a millions of accents of English, and yeah, as I have said earlier, that's the English is not my it's not my language. So excuse me. And I'm just kidding. So yes, we need to check the like button position and self position. Where self position is taken from here. From here. And button position. Yeah, the native language. You're right. It's good to be from UK. I hope you're from UK, and telling everybody that they are like bad at English. All right. I'm just kidding. Of course. No, nothing. Nothing wrong. So yeah, the bottom position will be seen. Right, we should have the graph borrowed. Let the graph will be seen graph. I have said, and that's graph and graph. In here and in here we will have the call button, not the floor. We'll make that. We'll make everything public, right? Like so. Right, that's okay. And as the last step, we need to handle the call elevator message, and that should be handled in here somewhere. Whoa. Yeah, maybe in here. Message call elevator. No, please replace that. Yes, with this. And of course, as usual, we want that to call yeah, the call elevator from the let's add this first. fn go to self. I will very gladly to exchange my knowledge in English language for your engine editor Rust knowledge. All right, that's funny. You can also learn some Russian. All right. When I will be when something is I can do something, I like may become a bit angry, and I can start like yelling in Russian and scary people. So let's continue on that. Floor 232, and in here we want to check if we have enough floors. And maybe the points is not correct in here, but that's okay. So we need to check if self points, yes, the length. If floor is less than this, and self destination floor should be floor. This is the simple protection method from. Actually, I can do it even better if I check. So some current some. Oh, you're an Italian. Okay, okay. Why are you having this like suffix UK in your nickname then? Like you're living in the UK? That will be this. And that will be so points get self current floor. And that will be the next one will be this floor. All right, and that should be much better in terms of safety, of course. And that will be this, and that will be this. All right. Probably we don't need that, but I will leave this. All right. Indeed, if one would live 10 years in the UK and speak to people for 10 years, of course, of course, one would knew the language much better than me, much better than, like, almost as good as a native speaker, right? Yeah, let's focus on the game. Yeah, in here I want to just where is that? Yes, in here I want to call the call elevator. God damn it! And what I want to have in here, basically these parameters. Elevator. I will just stop pronouncing that, all right? That's a bit hard for me. And the floor. And of course the engine. Right, and in here elevators will be elevator. All right, it does not have an indexing operator. Yeah, let's steal that from here. Where is that? In here. Put that in here for this import stuff, import. Okay, and now we can continue. Oh, shit, I'm lost again. Where is that? All right, in here. Shit. I need to like split this module because it's too big. Elevators, go to floor. Yeah, I don't need that actually. And then here I want to self call elevator, elevator, floor. Okay, it should work now. I think, at least. Let's check if it compiles. Nope. Ah, right. These copy-paste issues. There's a bunch of warnings. All right. It basically tells me that I've forgotten something. And of course, I forgot to call that. We should call that self-check elevators. Will be... Yes, I have forgot to add a parameter in here. Like self... Oh, maybe not. No. It's okay. I was confused. Scene... And yes, we need yet another parameter in the context. And then here we should have the public. All right, Mr. Englishman. You know the English better than me. I'm okay with that. So elevators. Now let's borrow that for tick A. And that will be the container. We need the layers. Elevators and there. Oops. All right, check elevators. And of course, we need to pass another parameter in a bunch of places, I think. That will be and like so. They joke to me all the time for my Italian accent. I'm worse than you. Someone told me that the Italian accent is somewhat similar to Russian accent, and maybe the Russian pronunciation is closer to Italian or to maybe or vice versa. I don't know who said that to me. That may be a lie. Right. So we need to go to the second floor and basically call the E while standing next. All right, it works. Surprisingly, it works. Right, the lift is working. Let's check this button. Aha, there is a bug. Okay, let's find out why it happens. If what will happen if we will go in here? All right, it's bugged. I know why. That's because the key is not reset. And we also want to speed up things a bit, like 1. or maybe 0.5. Oh, not a new game. That will waste our time. Oh shit. Load test bed, of course. Okay, let's check if that works. Okay, it works for this first floor. Okay, let's go to the second floor. Click. Okay, and let's jump. And it works. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Let's check something like this. I want to test if it could put me could put me under the ground, or if I can jump on it. Yeah, that works. And let's do this. All right. That's kind of surprising that it didn't throw me out like somewhere under the floor. Okay, so the next problem is with doors. I really need that. But yeah, as I have said, I want to yeah, check that after the stream. Don't want to spend your time. So what we can do next is probably test the same thing in the game. So we want to go to here. Open that. Oh my god. I need to really disable that thing. Show physics, show bounds. And maybe I also should increase the brightness a bit because it's too dim. All right, that's much better. So let's put the elevator in here. All right. All right, and where am I? Somewhere in here. Oh, I just realized that I need to I need to recreate all that stuff with physics again in here. Holy shit. Actually, I can do a small trick in here. Yes, let's close that. Let's open the test bed. Let's steal this. Let's select all the stuff and remove that. All right. Oh, and before I accidentally click save, let me to commit everything. Elevators. All right. And what else in here? Oops. Am I accidentally removed? All right. No, that's okay. I want to get rid of this. And this, and this, and this. And this is not needed too. Yeah, so that is our elevator, and it's fully configured. By configured, I mean it has the physics. And we can save that. into the folder, the Rust engine, here, the data, the models. That should be the elevator, and it should be called the elevator. Save. All right, successfully saved. All right, and we can use that as a prefab. Close that. Load the loading bay. Okay, that's the FBX and that's the RGS. All right. Oops. That probably won't work, actually. That probably won't work. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't. Why it didn't, I don't know. It's a bug, probably. It should have these lines, like these magenta lines. Yeah, so we are cursed. We are cursed to create the physics body yet another time. Yeah, that's another thing I need to investigate. Why it didn't import the rigid bodies correctly. It actually should, but it didn't. Oh, okay. And where's that? Ambient color. Oh. Yeah, that shouldn't take too much time. Yep. Add rigid body. Select that. Add a cuboid collider. That should be 0.05, 75, 75. That should be this. All right, the first one is ready. The second one, the cuboid. It will be this. It will be this and this, and it should be minus 75 and 75. Right. That's a bit annoying, but that's a workaround for the bug. These are the things you should expect from the young engine. And in most cases there is a workaround for that. So that should be in in ZY. So that will be 75, 75, and 0, 5. That will be minus 5, 70, no, 17, 75. And that will be the next one. That will be this, 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 and this, and let's shift that. Okay. And the last step, the last rigid body. The cuboid collider. And that should be this. 75, 75. Yeah, I definitely should add the shape editor, because this is just way too time consuming. Oh, that should be 1.5. Okay, so that's finished. Select target, save that. All right, let's move that into the place. And you know what? We need to change the model because the entrance will be from this side and the exit will be from this side. But now we have this, like this box. So let's at first let's find out this, maybe, yes. Let's remove this side and save that. Go in here, do this. Where is the Boolean? Start picking, like so. And apply the material. What's wrong? All right, so and export. Elevator. What? I don't care. And to see the changes, we need to reload the editor, unfortunately. There should be a hot reloading for sure, but that is not so simple as you might think. And let's see, where is that? All right. So this is the elevator, and let's put that into its place. And let's remove the stairs first. Remove that. And remove that. And what else? Let's move the elevator to this side, maybe. Like so. That's okay for tests. Like this. And also yeah, we need to patch this hole. Where is the snapping? I want that to be enabled. Like this. Yeah, the elevator is smaller than this. So we need to put maybe in here. So that will be 1.5. The exact width of the elevator. Let's put that in here. We also don't need this, this, and this, and this. So, and we also want to patch this hole. And the floor. Like so. Okay, and we need to add another wall. Should be 90 degrees. Like so, and like so. All right. And maybe add some more. Add some more floor tiles in here and in here. Nope, in here. All right, and yeah, the floor. Yeah, that's for later. I don't want to spend too much time on designing the level again. So I just want to like replace that part with the elevator. So yeah, let's create the call button again. Let's like we have had in the scene. Yeah, that will be a placeholder again. And that will be called call button with the 0 floor. And that will be like so. Yeah, it should be something like that. Yeah, maybe just cube. Something like that should work fine. All right. And what else? Yes, the second call button. It should be located in here somewhere on the wall. Maybe, yeah, that's all right. So this is the first floor, and that will be the second floor. And we also want to create some path points, which will be just a simple pivot with some how it should be called again? It should be called elevator one but 0. Where is that? Here. Yeah, we should be able to move that 3D without snapping. Like so. Should be centered. Something like this. And for the vertical axis, maybe I can do this manually. Yeah. And the tag. I need to select the elevator again. This one. And apply the tag. Elevator 1. Elevator 1. And let's move the player. Player spawn point. Let's move the player closer to the elevator. Let's do this. All right, that should be okay. Just save that. And let's see if it will work. Or maybe I have forgot something. Let's find this out. Okay. Aha! There is another thing I have forgot. You see? You see which one? I need to be able to pick the floor to which I want to travel. Okay? And yeah, that's the second thing that we will be doing. So, And I need to understand how can I do this? For tests, indeed, I can create two buttons like previous floor and the next floor. And that should be okay for tests, but what I want to do is to have some sort of touch screen inside the lift. The touch screens is not so fast to add. So the touch screens will be for later, maybe. And for now, yeah, for now let's do this tests. Let's do these. Here we will check if we are somewhat close to the elevator itself, and we will just like if we press some like an action button, then it will travel to the next floor or the previous floor if we have arrived at the last floor. So let's do that. And there will be elevator position, graph. All right, that should be in here. So this will be hello all buttons. That will be handle words maybe. That will be, yes, I need to make yet another thing. Public, that will be the node, will be global position. Okay, and again, I should check the distance. Oops. And if we are close enough to the elevator, we basically should call it to which floor? Let's do something simple for tests. Let's do this. We will call that to the second floor. Let's find out if it works. It should work. So I think there will be a second stream where we will add the touch screen in the lift, because it will take maybe an hour and a half to add that. It's not that simple. So let's check. All right, it works. Whoa, what happens? Hello? What's that? Okay, that's very interesting. Why am I facing through the floor of the lift? Oh, and I'm stuck now. Oh, that's very interesting. That's very confusing. What happens? So, if it's moving too fast for the physics engine to realize that some object need to be pushed, or maybe it should be kinematic object. Or maybe it... let's find out. What will happen if I will set... yeah, let's first save, and then I want to go in here and change that to kinematic. All right, then let's commit that. All right, that need to loading and push that. And now we can save and test. I'm not sure. What do you mean by orphan collider? I'm pretty sure that it's on the right position, but the physics engine is just confused. Maybe it just does not expect it to move. All right. Huh. That was the case. It should have been kinematic. Huh. That's very interesting. All right, so it should be the kinematic from the beginning. So the problem solved. And now what I want to do is to basically check if the elevator have reached the destination, the destination floor, and if so, invert the logic of the internal button that we're using to travel to the next floor on the previous floor. So let's do that. Let's do this. Let's add the public function. Oh, it should be is reached this destination. That should be boolean self current floor equals to this floor. No, we don't need that. We don't need that, and I will explain that in a second. Just need to add access to these properties. So let's go in here. Check elevators. What we want to do in here, we want to check if the current floor equals to the index of the last floor, not self, but elevator points len as 32. No, minus 1, but saturating sub. All right, if it has reached the last floor, next floor, this floor will be 0, which means the first floor. And else, what else? Yeah, it should be this. Last index was, and yeah, that should be in here. Last index, elevator, else of course. And floor equals to 0. It should be in last index. Something like that. Let's check. So now we should be able to press the button inside the elevator, and that should like allow us to travel from the last floor to the first floor, and from first floor to the last floor. That will be something like that. Okay, let's check. All right. And again. Jump, jump, jump. That's not ideal too, but it works. So yeah, that's the jump, 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 jump. That's funny. Let's jump out and check the call button. All right, that works. Let's travel again. Can we do this? Yeah. Do this. Okay. So the lift prototype, I think it's complete. In the next stream, I want to add some touchscreens in the lift to be able to select the floor, and of course replace those call buttons with some touchscreens too. Some like you will and also there should be a way to pick the floor, and to do that probably we should add the ability to focus the camera on the touch screen. Maybe that will be also useful for interactive like PCs that will also be in the game. Hello. Yeah, I want to have one PC in here and few maybe one another in the security room up there. And also as you might notice already or not, the doors now react to the user, so it actually prints what's the state of the door and closing. So that was the small change from the last stream. I did that off stream. And yeah, so I will continue working on the lifts or elevator system on the next stream, and probably it will take yet another 2 hours or maybe so. Maybe that's it for today. I don't know. I don't have enough time. It's like a bit like it's evening for me, right? So yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you on the next stream. Bye bye.